I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no for me. I will leave that to Judge Barr to make that determination. I really think, I'm not doing this in terms of trying to punish him at all. I think he realized when he was here, he needs, so I understand what he wants to do, but so I'm going to deny the request at this time. I'll continue his bond. Okay. Certainly all of that can be raised before Judge Barr. To the charge of operating the presence of a controlled substance, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of possession of a firearm under the influence, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now you understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You signed an advice of rights form. Is that correct? Any question regarding any of those rights?
No.
All right. Look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, I understand.
Yes? You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And of your own free will?
That's correct.
And also because you believe that you're indeed guilty of these offenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the date of August 15, 2025, at the location of Lowell near Jarvis, City of Ypsilanti, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you ingested cocaine into your system?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you knew what you were ingesting into your system was cocaine?
Yes.
Were you stopped by the police?
Yes.
All right. Why'd they stop you?
I actually don't know.
They said you had an outstanding warrant.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she had to remind me, I'm sorry, that I had an outstanding warrant or whatnot, which is why they.
Okay, so they knew who you were.
Yeah, they read.
You're not disputing the right of the police to stop you in this instance, are you?
No.
All right. Were you ultimately arrested?
Yes.
Were you taken to the hospital?
Yes.
Was there a blood draw?
Yes.
Did the results of that blood draw show the presence of cocaine and or its derivatives?
Yes. Yes.
And do you have any reason to dispute those results?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And at the time that you were operating that vehicle, was there a firearm in the vehicle?
No, it was in it was in the trunk. It wasn't inside the cabin with me, but it was in the trunk of the vehicle.
Okay, but you possessed that vehicle while you were under the influence of cocaine.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you know that you are not to possess that while you're under the influence.
I didn't know that at that time, but I now know now. Like I thought, excuse me for explaining so much, but I thought as long as they were separate, like the ammunition in one compartment and the firearm in a separate one, I thought that was a safe way to transport. Now, as far as under the influence, I didn't read that far, so
that would be appropriate to CCW charge, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Is that different?
Correct. Okay. Had you also been drinking?
Yes, I had a little bit to drink about an hour beforehand.
Okay.
So BAC of 0.099, Your Honor, as well as THC and cocaine.
Got it. Okay. And you're not disputing any of those results. Is that correct, sir?
No.
All right. Sir, if I accept your plea, I do have to advise you that if you commit misconduct between the time that I accept your plea and the time of sentencing, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
I am not, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Defense is satisfied as well, Judge.
Court will accept the defendant's pleas of guilty to counts 2 and 3. Counts 1 and 4 are dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and screening and assessment is ordered at 14A2. Sentencing will be
March 18th at 7 a.m.
March 18th,
Yes.
2026. 10 a.m. before Judge Barr.
Very briefly on bond, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Ma'am.
mhm.
Sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Just
Regarding bond.
told you that would upset you.
On bond, Your Honor, we are asking, actually, I should have looked exactly what my client's bond is right now. We're asking that the court allow him to have a personal recognizance
I
bond.
think it's a personal, did he mess up?
There was a
He did.
violation.
There was a
Judge.
violation.
And originally, the court had allowed for him to be released to an inpatient treatment program. I did inquire as to the status of that. The jail says they're just waiting on a bed to open up. I spoke with Mr. Natrib, so they don't have an expected date that he would be able to go. I've talked to him about the multitude of programs that are available. We're going to see if we can get him into Don Farm. He'd love to do inpatient. This is the gentleman that we talked about reuniting with his daughter. And so he's obviously had enough time to detox. He comes to court. He does what he's supposed to do, Your Honor. He is unhoused, which is part of the issue that he found himself in. However, which is why he'd love to do an inpatient treatment program. I think that we can absolutely get him involved in that. He's very much so ready and willing to do treatment. We just like to see if we can get him out, as the jail does not know when he'd be able to get placed into a program yet.
In your response. I don't, not as a punishment, I don't think I'm going to change his bond. I'd like to see some assessment before any consideration of that. So certainly Judge Barr can do that.
Okay. It looks like the assessment had been completed. He just said that they're waiting for a bed to open up at Don Farm. I can get the details to the court. And I'm assuming that the assessment would have been to get him into an inpatient.
Inpatient.
Correct, Judge.
And my problem is that if I release him now, we're not going to get him in. I mean, it's a catch-22, quite frankly. I don't know how he would get in. He's got a better shot, and this is such a strange thing to say, at getting into inpatient where he is right now than if I let him out, try to get him into inpatient.
Okay. Would the court allow us to at least try to start off with the outpatient treatment program?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no for me. I will leave that to Judge Barr.
All right.
To make that determination. I really think, and I'm not doing this in terms of trying to punish him at all. I think he realized when he was here, he needs information. He knows that. And I know that. That's it. No, I understand what he wants to do, but so I'm going to deny the request at this time. I'll continue his bond.
Okay.
Certainly all of that can be raised before Judge Barr.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. Court does call the case. People versus Enrique Davis. You want to check?
Alex Chabalowski for People, Your Honor.
You're good? Okay. Sounded that way. Enrique Davis.
Hannah Mackey requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under Public Defender, Joy Gaines.
Permission to practice is granted. They sent you up here without a client?
Pardon?
You know where he is?
I thought on Zoom, but
He's not on Zoom. He hasn't checked in. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond 10,000, cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh. there. Court calls the case, People versus Jacob Dorstin.
Alex Love.
Ready issue, please. Portia Feature Assistant Public Defender appearing on behalf of, but I do not believe this, Mr. Jacob Dorsey. Unless he's on Zoom, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge. We did reach out to Mr. Dorsey. He did not respond to our calls and emails. For the record, I request an adjournment, but I do not know what Mr. Dorsey is.
Bench warrant will issue. Defendant's failure to appear. Bond in the amount of 10,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately. Court calls the case, People versus Amber Estelle. No, she's right here. I'm just waiting for these two to finish their conversation. Amber Estelle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. It's not yours. You gonna stand up?
Oh, you have?
We'll get to you in a moment, Mr. Estelle. They're trying to sort some things out.
No problem,
Most-
Your Honor.
Well, it is, because it really started with Miss Ekenruli. And she was like distracting Mr. Gaddy. So Miss Joy Gaines was gonna step in, but it's really not her case. Then Mr. Gaddy kind of got up and they had to have a whole conversation. So it's kind of been a while, but hopefully when I turn around and now talk to them, they'll be ready, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Mr. Gaddy.
Your Honor, Michael Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mrs. Stell.
Ma'am, could you state your name, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Amber Estel.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, Ms. Estel is looking at a treatment court in Hillsdale, and we're asking for an adjournment while she's being assessed.
Trying to see about that.
Yep.
There. Why don't I go to the end of the month, March 26, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case. The People versus Christian Bird.
People.
Hey, Judge. Portia Feature Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Christian Bird, who is approaching the podium. When you arrive, please state your name for the record.
State your name.
Christian Bird.
All right, what are we doing?
Thank you, Judge. We are requesting an adjournment in this matter. I believe the people are reaching out to the victims in this case to try to get a solution. We expect to have one at the next court date, Your Honor.
That's correct.
Cause conference, March 19th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
I believe she is requesting release to treatment, Your Honor.
Pardon?
I believe she's requesting release to treatment.
There's no objection to that from the people.
Fine.
Then I will sign an order for prisoner.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All set. Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case, People versus Shannon French.
Portia Feature Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Shannon French, who's approaching the podium. State your name for the record, please.
Senate French.
Thank you, Judge. I have spoken to Mr. French. I believe he is requesting this matter be set for preliminary examination. I do believe all discovery is complete.
People have their witnesses available the 17th.
That's fine.
Preliminary examination in person, March 17th, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Bond continued. Thank you, sir. So leave me like that. Never mind. Okay. Court calls case People versus Michael Furnace.
Your Honor, Raymond Cook, people.
Ron Brown, on behalf of Mr. Furnace.
Please state your name, sir.
Michael Furnace. Thank you.
Your Honor, did you get my green sheet?
I did.
I'm requesting an adjournment.
It's just to, okay.
Review, some of the discovery, but he wants to see the video.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned March 19th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Everybody over there. So
All right.
I see.
Court calls case People versus Corey Folk.
Michael Gaggy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Fulton, Your Honor. See how quick I got up here this time?
Pardon?
See how quick I got up?
Yeah, I did. I call you Speedy. Without a client.
He was here just at.
Is he here? Oh, there he is. Sir, state your name.
Left there.
Corey Folk.
Okay, we scared the daylights out of him right there. He was here. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I received discovery earlier this week. I'd ask the court for an adjournment so I can review that
With
and
you.
go over with Mr. Falk as well.
Probable cause conference, March 26, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court calls case People versus Sakonja Glover.
People.
Glover? Glover. There's like 50 billion public defenders. Pick one.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Ms. Glover. Ms. Glover, could you please state your name for the record?
Sakandra Glover.
Thank you. Not that one, but pick one.
But when I spoke to her yesterday, Your Honor, she was not dressed. I did a walk-in.
What?
She walked in on an arraignment. I was not aware of that. So, Your Honor, we are asking for an adjournment of this matter.
So the nothing. I didn't do anything, but I guess it came off.
Okay.
I told probation officer as soon as I got out of jail. I haven't done anything.
Your Honor, we're asking for an adjournment of this matter. I want to argue bond for her, but I don't know what her current circumstance and situation is to make that argument on her behalf. It's my understanding it came to her attention some point yesterday that she had a bench warrant. She walked in.
I went to court
She walked in on the arraignment today for that process yesterday after we spoke, apparently. After we spoke, she walked in.
They let me know that I had a warrant at court.
I
No, like when I went to court on the 4th for a review of my probation, they know that I had a warrant to come back in and have my daughter.
Why aren't you posted on this? Yeah.
I don't.
Ms. Glover was arraigned on a 14 probation violation. Her bond is currently denied. Her next hearing is on March 9th.
Bond is
So it's
denied
for
on
that
that
day.
case,
Yes.
but she's posted on this case.
What is the violation? She believes the violation is this case. Is that accurate?
I don't know, because
Okay.
that's not my
The violation is
case. All I know is
they told me that
this case she's posted.
it's because
So in this case, she's posted.
Okay, so I understand what's happened here, Your Honor. So for this matter, we're asking for an adjournment of this. My client was going to bring me some potential exculpatory information and evidence that she has that I was hoping to present to the prosecutor regarding this particular incident. Unfortunately, I'm suspecting that is now in holding and won't be able to get access to that until her 14B
When is that?
matter is addressed.
Do you know?
The violation is.
it's
Thank you.
Okay, so she's going to she's going to 14B Monday.
Okay.
So she's released on this case. So I'm just going to put this over to the 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate that. So it's not this case that you need.
Bond continue in this case. Thank you.
Well,
This is weird yesterday. I don't know. Court calls the case, People versus Sincere Godwin.
I'll check it out.
Yesterday.
Show future Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Godwin, who is approaching the podium. Please, state your name for the record.
Sincere Godwin.
I believe this is the first PCC in this matter. Mr. Godwin was previously in custody. He bonded out before we could talk to him.
Pardon?
He had bonded out before we could talk to him. So we're requesting an adjournment so that we can talk to him about the case, Judge.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. March 26, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Judge.
That's
Touch again, all right? Thank you.
Court calls case, People versus Michael Grimaldi. Where's that file?
Veronica Glenn on behalf of Mr. Grimaldi.
Your name?
This is Michael Grimaldi.
Thank you. You're requesting an adjournment.
Yes.
Not my decision, not my choice, I get it.
So we'll be adjourned to March 19th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you.
Thank God. There's a shit case.
Case of the People versus Jeffrey Thompson.
What the hell is I deliberately got upset because he might say, oh yeah, get to the road.
And American on behalf of Mr. Thompson was approaching.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
all right.
that's all I have to give you for right now.
That's fine. I'll adjourn her probable cause to March 19th, 26, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
I don't understand, sir.
Pardon?
I'm trying to understand exactly what just happened.
So I've adjourned your probable cause conference for today out to the 19th, so 2 weeks out.
Yes.
I've signed an order that allows for release to treatment.
So I get out today?
I'm not sure. It's out when a bed's available or when they get you into that program.
So that's why I want, okay. So, sir,
Huh?
honorable, gracious, wise, judicial judge of this courtroom, I
don't know that I'm all that, but go ahead.
The paperwork has been done for me to go to outpatient at Don's Farm.
I just signed it.
Okay, so now they'll let me go.
I don't know.
I'm just-
I don't hold the keys.
For the tablet.
So
Ms.
I don't know how they're going to arrange.
Ms.
Thank
Gilmer, they
you.
get it all arranged.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That was all that. And a bag of chips. Court does call the case before David Barth.
Good morning. Yasleen Singh on behalf of Defendant David Barth. Mr. Barth, please state your appearance for his honor.
David Barth.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Your Honor, we are still awaiting discovery on this case. I believe there should be a protective order for a forensic interview in the court's file. And so we are asking for at least 3-week adjournment, Your Honor, so that we can obtain the outstanding discovery, review it, and make meaningful decisions thereafter.
As opposed to those meaningless ones.
Exactly.
All right. I've signed off on the protective order on it, and what I will do then, why don't I just adjourn it to April 2nd, give you about a month to do.
That'll work, Your Honor. May I address bond at the court's leisure?
You want me to lock him up? He's out. Okay. Okay, this is gonna get ugly. Probable cause conference, April 2nd, 2026, 9 a.m. As the bond.
Your Honor, so I understand the charges that are before this court. My client has no criminal history whatsoever. I believe that the provision indicating any place where minors may be present is incredibly vague. I'm just asking for the court for some clarification. Does that mean he can go to the grocery store and he can go to the gas station? Could we carve out caveats? My client wants to make sure he's in compliance with his bond conditions, but that provision is so vague. I mean, minors could be present anywhere.
I see what you're talking about. It indicates playgrounds, libraries, schools, daycares, or any place where minors may be present. So do the people have a position on that?
No, Your Honor, my understanding of that provision is usually that it's those places that are specifically for children for the most part. Playgrounds, libraries, the like, but I can understand the concern that there aren't specific cutouts for them. That's specific.
Well, where does he want to, where is he worried about being that he might be a violation? You said like a grocery store.
Right. He wants to be able to go to the grocery store. He wants to be able to go to work. He wants to be able to go to the gas station. He is part of a men's group, Mankind Project. So this brings up my next request is that they have a staff meeting in Toledo on March 21st and March 22nd. I'm not sure if the court would be willing to consider him going to that. Obviously, he would remain on the tether and follow all other conditions, but that is something that he has been engaged in since well before these charges were issued, since I believe June of 2025.
Are there children at that event?
No.
Okay. So he wants to be able to go to the grocery store or to the gas station.
And work?
Does he work around children?
No.
So what prohibits him from going to work?
Nothing, Your Honor. My client is concerned that the way that this case has proceeded, he does not want there to be an allegation that he violated his bond by being around children. So we're just.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you listed basically for 3 places for me. Are the people going to have any objection to that? All right. So what I will do is I'll amend his bond conditions that he can go to work.
Okay.
Counsel, if you could provide my staff that address so that we know.
Absolutely, I will.
You can go to work, you can go to gas stations and to grocery stores.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So I will add those provisions. Any objection to the defendant being able to travel to that wonderful place of Toledo? I don't know why anybody wants to go, but if he wants to go, what the heck?
No.
That's like locking him up.
What were they?
Now, what?
What were they?
The dates, I think March 21st and 22nd.
That's
But
correct.
that will include your travel time, right? Okay, so you may travel to Toledo, March 21st and 22nd. 2026.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Anything else?
No,
Boy, that took a long time.
I know, I'm sorry.
And I didn't even get to lock him up. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Court calls case, People versus DeCorey Jones.
Edward Dirks on behalf of DeCorey Jones.
DeCorey Jones.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I'm just asking for a brief adjournment. There is another matter. I'm asking to address bond at the appropriate time.
There's another matter, you said?
Yeah, there's another matter I believe is set for PCC in 2 weeks.
That's correct, Your Honor. The defendant picked up a new case where he was charged with unlawful imprisonment, GBH strangulation, assault with intent to force abortion, and interfering with electronic communications and domestic violence. He picked that up on, I believe, Sunday, and it was charged Monday.
And is it set for PCC yet?
I believe so, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Duke is correct, that it is 2 weeks.
Pardon?
It's 2 weeks from this date.
So 19th on that one.
I believe so.
Do you see another case for him? He has another case. Is it set for the 19th?
It wasn't uploaded into the court website to where I could see it.
I don't have anything entered in JIS.
But he was arraigned on it. All right, what I'll do then is I'll adjourn this probable cause to the 19th. (2026) 9 a.m. If that's incorrect, we'll try to adjust it for those dates. If we can contact Paul and figure out what they did on that. Esteban,
I'm just asking for like $100 bond.
pardon?
I'm asking for $100 bond.
Said his bond in this one at $1,000. I'll give a 10% privilege from the PR. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case of the people versus Craig Ivy.
Andrew Childers, appearing on behalf of
Edward Dukes on behalf of Craig Ivy.
Your name?
Craig Ivy.
All right. You're asking for an
I'm
adjournment.
asking for an adjournment.
Probable cause conference, March 26, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calls case of the people versus Ronald Moody.
Edward Dukes on behalf of Ronald Moody in both matters.
Your name, sir?
Thank you. I'm asking for an adjournment in this matter.
Probable cause conference, March 19, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case people versus Brandon Boggs. Really, I've heard her all morning, and now she's supposed to take center stage, and she just, I can't. Where are you going? The podium's here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Tanazi Carey. I can really, on behalf of Mr. Brandon Boggs, Mr. Boggs, state your name for the record.
Brandon Boggs. Thank you.
Your Honor, I was going to set this matter for preliminary exam. I ran into my client outside and we decided we would need just one final adjournment on this matter. Please.
Bless you. What was that? Without objection, probable cause conference will be adjourned. Would you like the 19th or the 26th?
26, please, Judge.
Of course, Your Highness. March 26, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. That didn't sound sincere at all. It didn't, did it? You know, it's like kind of flippant. Fine, Your Honor. Thank you. Somebody's gonna have to talk to her. I heard her boss was here today. She's out of control. That's all I'll say. Court calls case people versus Jada Olive.
Morning, Your Honor, reading people.
Oh, she's
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, appearing on behalf of Miss Olive this morning. Miss Olive, can you, they're about to unmute you, and then can you state your name? Can you state your name for me?
Jada Olive.
Thank you. What are
Your
we
Honor,
doing?
if I may,
Yes.
Miss Olive currently has a probable cause conference scheduled for next week in another matter. So we would just ask to add this one to next week docket. I know usually we don't do a 1 week adjournment, but we just ask that so that way both cases
No,
can be together.
that's fine if she's got another case. So 12th. So probable cause conference in this case will be adjourned to March 12th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
Miss
great day,
Olive.
you and your wonderful staff,
Thank
Judge. That's it
you.
for me today.
You do. That's 2 days in a row, Miss Rushing.
That is, it's quite the change.
Yes. All right. Take care. Court calls the case. People versus, is it Shidra, I think is ITG.
Morning, Your Honor, Raymond Cook for the people. Judge Kennedy, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Sachs for Mr. Ikeji on his case ending in 1678.
Joy Gaines, and on his other matters, all his other.
All right. And what are we doing?
Your Honor, for 3 of the cases, we have both parties have agreed on a referral to mental health court. So for those 3, we're seeking a short adjournment to make that happen, hopefully.
And then what about the other one?
That is correct, Your Honor. We're also seeking mental health court on that matter as well.
So we're mental health court on all of the cases.
That's not entirely true, Your Honor.
Pardon?
That's not entirely true, Your Honor.
Okay.
Case that I'm on, we haven't discussed a referral to mental health court on that matter.
Which one's that?
That is.
That's the CSC one.
Oh, Your Honor, that's the CSC one.
That's the CSC 4.
Like the number.
Yeah, Your Honor, we are hoping that hopefully everything resolves together. But at this point,
Okay, so what do you want me what do you want me to do?
Your Honor, I believe
Same
we're asking
adjournment.
for an adjournment for those matters so that we can do the mental health court referral. I'm standing.
Okay, but in the other case,
We
an
did like to-
adjournment, are you gonna have an objection to an adjournment so they all track?
No.
How long an adjournment do you need for the mental health referral?
3 weeks, please.
Conference in these matters will be adjourned March 26, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue in all cases.
Your Honor, could we address bond as well, please?
Sure.
To be perfectly candid, things didn't go so well for Mr. Ikeji last time he was released, but the difference now is that he is on his medication. It's been going really well. He has, he's been in touch with folks at Community Mental Health and jail social worker. He has parental support. Mom and his dad are here. He'd be able to live with them. And because of how well he's responded to medication, that he's on his way to mental health court, our request is that you release him untethered to continue. The other piece is he has been in now for 4 months since he was arrested on the case that I'm representing him on. And so we're sort of approaching a similar amount of time to if he were convicted there as well. Thanks for considering.
Your Honor, those were the same exact arguments I was going to make in terms of bond, but really stressing what a different place he is in.
The judge carefully considers the request but ultimately declines it for now. He makes it clear the decision isn't meant as punishment. Instead, he believes the defendant already understood the seriousness of the situation during the last hearing. While the request may have merit, the judge explains that the final determination should be made by Judge Barnes, who will be handling the next stage of the case. For the moment, the court denies the request but continues the defendant's bond, allowing him to remain out while the case proceeds. The judge emphasizes that the issue can still be raised again in front of Judge Barnes when the matter moves forward on the operating charge. It's a reminder that sometimes the court doesn't say no forever, just not right now. So here's the question. Should judges defer certain decisions to the judge who will ultimately handle the case? Like and share if courtroom decisions should follow the proper chain.